Hi, my name's Jay Kopis. I am president of the Cross of Christ board, and I am here with senior pastor Marty. And Marty, just tell us a little bit about your overall overreaching goals for the Cross of Christ Church.
Well, I am so blessed to have had this past Sunday. So grateful to get to celebrate with you and then entrust our future into God's hands as a congregation. As your new senior pastor, my hope and heart's desire is simply that we would follow Jesus together. And that's actually what the first sermon series is that we'll be doing starting this coming Sunday.
Great, thank you. What is Pastor Kevin going to be doing now that you are the senior pastor?
Yeah, great question. Kevin's not retiring, as hopefully all of you know, until November 16th. So he's still here, still working and busy. He's finishing strong. He'll continue to be involved in preaching and worship, though to a lesser extent. Whereas before he was leading that, now that falls in my responsibility, and he'll be helping as I did in the past with preaching and with worship. He's going to continue to do care ministry and care for people in the congregation as things come up and as that is needed, and then really focused on growing and building leaders to carry on the ministry that he's been doing as he retires. So just bolstering the congregation in that way. But Kevin's no longer leading the board, and he's no longer leading the staff. He's handed off those responsibilities to me. Okay.
And since, one of your biggest duties before was youth ministry, so a lot of people are going to say, is Marty still going to be in charge of the youth ministry? So what's happening there?
Yeah, great question. I loved doing youth ministry at Cross of Christ, and I am blessed, we are blessed as a church to have had some longtime youth volunteers, and two of those volunteers have stepped into interim part-time roles. Okay. So one is my wife, Amanda. She is going to be our interim part-time youth leader overseeing 3rd to 12th grade. And then another is Aaron Smith, and Aaron's been in youth ministry as a volunteer for years. He's going to help with our high school trips, servant events, the winter retreat, mission trip this next summer. So Aaron will be working on that stuff as they also work together with Jessica. So Jessica's Drolet still involved in youth, and they are just a great team. Aaron and Jessica and Amanda working together on many of the responsibilities that I used to do that they will be doing. Now I still will be involved in confirmation and First Communion, but by and large they will be handling the youth ministry.
And I'm sure a lot of the youth still want you to be able to beat you in many of the games and activities that they take part in, correct?
Well, they've had plenty of chances to do that.
And they still want that to continue for a while, right?
Yeah,
okay. Right. How can we support the ministry of Cross of Christ during this transitional period?
Yeah, I would say look for opportunities to be involved. Even expect that. Expect opportunities to be involved, to use your gifts to push ministry forward, to continue to move ministry forward in a positive direction. With this time of change, it just really does bring up a lot of opportunities for us as a congregation. So I would encourage you to lean into that, take advantage of that, and then most of all, I think, continue to pray. I love how we've been prayed for. We've been praying together through this transition, but pray for unity at Cross of Christ. Pray for me and my family, for Kevin and his family. Pray for our staff and just our congregation as a whole, that God would give us unity in Jesus' grace during this time, and that God would use this time of change to really move things forward, help us to see new opportunities and things that He has for us on the horizon.
All right, great. Are we going to call an associate pastor?
Yeah, I've been getting that question a lot, and the answer to that is it's to be determined. Now, if that is unsatisfying to you, believe me, it's unsatisfying answer to me as well. But here's the thing, as we're going through all these changes, me as a new senior pastor, I need to get my feet under me and learn this role. It will be new and challenging for me. Looking forward to that challenge. We as a congregation have time to celebrate Kevin's ministry and send him and Jeanette off into retirement, and just to thank God for all that He has done through them at Cross of Christ. So those changes, though, as we've talked about, open up opportunities. So during this season, we get to think and pray and dream about what the future is for Cross of Christ. And we get to do that and have those future-focused conversations together. So as we do that, we're going to be putting together a plan for where we sense and feel God is leading us as a church into the future. And that will certainly be up, in, and out. But it's where is God particularly leading us in this up, in, and out ministry. And then we will staff for that plan. This time is not a good time to bring in another full-time staff, but we will staff for that plan. That could be an associate pastor. I mean, it could be a director of Christian education to lead families and youth ministry. It could be an internship program. There's just all kinds of, really, it's exciting to think about the different things and directions that we could go as a congregation, and then how we could staff that. So I'm looking forward to these conversations over the next months as we seek God and what His will is for the future of Cross of Christ.
All right. Well, thank you. And as the board, we have discussed this, and our plan is to work with Marty and the staff as we move forward. But we need to, at least, like Marty said, let him get his feet wet, let him figure out what is needed, and then we'll work together as a team and everybody work together.
Sounds great to me.
All right. Thank you, Marty.
Thanks, Jay.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
All right.